Yo, what's the word? Now check it out. Hey, Cartel Bo has a crazy situation going on with his baby mama, and we gonna get into it. But before we start, it's your boy Classic from Classic Live. I'm a music producer. Work with the likes of 50 Cent, Kendrick Lamar, Will I Am, Kid Ink, O3 Greedo. Just if you know the artists, I damn near work with them. I got my
Right.
homeboy OG Corn Dog in the building. Uh before we get started, I'm gonna need y'all to do two things. Make sure that you hit that like and you subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Get us in the algorithm. Now, Cartel Bo, NFL Cartel Bo. He's a Texas artist, affiliated with a certain group of people. If y'all haven't heard of him before, y'all probably heard of him with this whole documentary situation of where they was kind of trying to expose him about this whole Murderville area where he's from. Another situation he had with his mother to where he was kind of exposing how he was brought up and everything, and then they was getting on his head about that. Now currently he have a situation with his baby mama, nothing but baby mama drama, and apparently she don't have custody of their children, and she tried to take them against his will, and now some legal situation might ensue from that, and he's facing a particular dilemma. So what we know from the baby mama, she's been on multiple different YouTube interviews exposing him, exposing different other people in the music industry. So she's just one of those type of people that like to yap and get around out there. Now, Cartel Bo is faced with a situation where he got a allegedly or apparently snitch on his baby mama because she didn't have no custody. And the thing is that if that's your children and she don't have custody of them, you're gonna have to do what you got to do about the situation, man. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, I don't think she'll be doing anything to try to spare you. So he's faced with the dilemma of snitching or not snitching. His family said they're not going to mess with him anymore if he do, or they said that they're not going to mess with him anymore if he don't say anything. And if he do say something, he's going to be labeled in the streets as a snitch. So basically, a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, and he gonna have to
Hmm.
man up for that, man. So, Corny, what you think about this whole situation, Brody?
All right. Yeah. 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 This situation here. Yeah. This right here. Yeah. First of all, like I was telling you, I was speaking with you earlier. You know what I mean? I couldn't really tap into the full story because my power was out all day. They've been doing power work over here for 2 days straight. Power just came back on. I didn't even know if I was gonna make the show. But what I was looking at on my phone, I couldn't really see the details of what was really going on because it was so small. But I gathered what the story was, and I'm like, oh, that girl out there looking wrong. She in the bad right now. You know what I'm saying? Whoever that was, and you know what? I mean, this ain't the way I took it was like this is some kind of random kidnapping or something. You know what I mean? That's the way I looked at it at first. But then, you see the way the car pulled up, and they knew, it seemed like they knew the car, they knew who they was coming after, and that person got out, and conversation going down, and then she grabs the kid, and he, I guess, the whoever she was with went out there and got a scuffle with him, physical altercation with him, and I'm like, I'm looking at this whole thing when I seen it. At first, like I said, I thought it was like something random, like the random kidnapping. But then I started looking, I'm like, yo, this is like baby mama drama all the way. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the way I took it. Like, and at when you think about that, her coming and he has 100% custody. Yo, do you know how bad that is for her? That is very bad. They take kidnapping very serious,
Yes,
especially
sir.
when it involves a child. Like that is very serious. And the goon that she had with him just soaked up. Like this is some really dumb. This is a really dumb idea. You know, kind of remind me of the Pooh Shiesty thing when he was like, "Hey, you gotta get us out of this contract." Like that was a dumb idea, but for what I seen was like, yeah, okay, he's there, he's defending his daughter. Now, when it comes to this snitching allegation thing, I'm gonna put it to you like this, people. If he went up in there and told them court everything they need to know, that is not considered snitching. I'm gonna tell you that from my point of view, as a civilian, I would say a tuner. Um, when you snitching on your crimee, the person you participated in the crime with, so you could get out of it, and he gains all those years. You know what I'm saying? That's when you snitching. Now, this here is not considered snitching at all. That is his daughter. Was that his daughter or son? But it doesn't
Yeah,
matter. That was his
it,
child.
it's his
And
child.
I know me in a situation like that, that's gonna be very bad for the other people. You know what I'm saying? Whoever comes at me like that. Because I walk around like how I look, and I'm sure they be like, that's the guy we don't want to test. You know what I mean? I just got this look on my face like, don't fuck with me. You know what I mean? But when it comes to, like I said, that's his daughter, that's his child. He's going to defend. He's going to go all the way. This is not considered snitching to me, man. You are only snitching when
Nah,
you are snitching on your crimey.
exactly. Like the crazy part about it is people want you just to get effed over, people stealing your shit. Like the funny part about it is the main people that want you to get into all these type of different altercations. If you was to ask them what would you do, they'll do the same thing that you'll do. So nothing wrong with getting other people involved because honestly, this isn't no street stuff. You're not snitching on somebody that you did dirt with. Somebody is low-key trying to take advantage of you in a situation. And the funny part about it, like you mentioned Pooh Shiesty's situation earlier, Pooh Shiesty was betting on Gucci Man being this street nigga and not do
Uh huh.
anything about him taking his
Right.
shit.
Right.
So the crazy part about it is like at some point you do have to grow up and handle things maturely. And I think it would be best to get them involved other than ending up taking somebody's life. Now you tricked out of your situation where you can't even see your kids. And then you're gonna be spending time, away from your family, kids, etc.
Right.
Spending
Right.
all type of money on legal fees and all this other stuff. So at the end of the day, you kind of get put in a lose-lose situation. And a lot of the people that's boisterous about, oh, you a snitch, you a rat, they're really irrelevant to your life because they ain't gonna they ain't gonna be supportive of you if you did do something. They will be the same people calling you a dumbass for crashing out and ending somebody's life over somebody disrespecting you.
Okay. I get that. And I was just thinking, I'm thinking about the Pooh Shiesty comparison here. You know what I'm saying? Now, this man right here, uh, Cartel Bo, okay. Now let me make another statement before I say, it ain't just the rules of snitching. Like it's like I said, you only snitching when you snitching on your crimey. That applies, but there's other parts that applies to that too. If you one of those motherfuckers that's out there in the neighborhood and you snitching on what drug dealers or anybody else that happen to, you just a CI there. You know what I'm saying? That's another form of it. But the comparison I'm making, like with this here, oh shit, I lost train of thought, but let me gather it back up. Cartel Bo, okay, this is family. Okay, let's look at it like that. This is family. Okay, this is you can't look at and I gonna say not only look at it, but anybody else that who has kids is gonna look at it from his angle. He's got to participate. You know why? Because this is that family court shit. You know what I'm saying? This is totally different. You know what I'm saying? This is completely different. I haven't been through this before. You know what I mean? So yeah, you got to participate in that because if you don't, you failing your child, and you don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Um,
Real
the
talk.
comparison of the snitching part, what I mean on that with the comparison of this Cartel Bo, I don't look at it as him being a snitch because this is family court. This is not criminal court. Um, and this is going to be criminal court for her now. You know what I mean? So now it came from family to criminal. Now he's involved into the criminal part of it. He has to testify as a witness in order to keep his child safe. And I don't care what nobody say. I'm doing that. Okay? Call me a snitch if you want. But I've lost my child before and it's not going to happen again. I made that a promise to myself. They took my baby from me at when she was 3 days old. And I'm all she know now. You know what I'm saying? So besides that point, that I'm just making my point as a father. He has to participate in that. Now the comparison with the part with Gucci Mane, the Pooh Shiesty thing that went down, yeah, Gucci Mane is a motherfucking witness, nigga. So that makes him everybody can say it because it's logically stated in our minds that that looks like he's a snitch. Because, like you said Pooh Shiesty thought he was gonna hold up to the ground of none of that popping off like that. You know what I mean?
Yep. Hey, you know, now that I thought about it, especially with that Cartel Bo situation, we talked about this on another video. He don't necessarily have to. If the DA want to pick that situation up on their own, it's on. It's on camera. So he don't have to. You know what? What if he's getting on the internet? You know, talking about the dilemma, knowing that the DA might actually pick it up. You know,
Right.
just to let people know, like, hey, I'm not the one that's snitching on her and shit like that. So he don't
Okay.
have to actually get everything dirty. You feel me?
Well,
So
shit, did that happen? That had to happen then because it's on video. Everyone's seen it, including the DA. He's like, oh,
yeah,
yeah, we has to go. We got to go. We got to go get her.
easy
You know what I'm
case.
saying? Yeah. He doesn't have to, he's not filing any charges. So basically, the DA picked that up, bro.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, matter of fact, let's get through a couple of these comments and then let's see what's going on.
All
D
right.
Love said, "Hey, classic music." She also said, "Hey, OG corn
D
dog."
Love. What up,
Corny
girl?
said, "Hey, D." Oh, she messed up the program. Micah said, "Yo, hi, corny doggy dog." D Love sounds like he was trying to be cool and let her see the baby, and she blew up the spot. Hey, that's what it's looking like. She
mm.
also agreed with you. She said, "Yep, classic music." She said 100. D Love also said, "Yep, it's criminal court for her." Yikes. Yeah, she made the sad face about the situation that you had to deal with Lil Mama. Then
Yeah.
she called Gucci Man a rat, and then she said, "Yep." So yeah, man. D Love, she know what's going on with this stuff, man. Now, this is a video by I was about to say by Clef World, but AKA Clef World, the man keyboard gangster, man. Salute to him for having this good video. And let's get to it, man.
The NFL Cartel Bo, dog. You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to be a real father. Now, I don't thought it was gangster, you heard me? That his baby mama steady on the internet trying to portray something that it ain't. Now, just in case y'all don't know, NFL Cartel Bo and his baby mama, they are damn near
Mm.
arch nemesis. Now, NFL Cartel
Okay.
Bo
There you
posted a
go.
video to his Instagram the other day where it looked like it was apparent that little mama pulled up to take his child and Scooby Dooby Doo, skedaddle to get
Oh
on down.
no.
And it ended up turning into a physical altercation, into which case NFL Cartel Bo says the person that tried to take his child was on methamphetamine.
Oh.
Hello.
Look at this shit. Man, I would have went crazy.
Man, Donkey Kong in this motherfucker.
Man, I'm telling you, dude, I'd have had super strength right there at that moment. Everybody getting it. And did this nigga, nah. Oh, this video cut. Well, I don't know what I seen today, but they cut that video because those two were they had an altercation for quite some time.
Yeah, and of course, you know, YouTube guidelines, you can't really show any of that stuff.
Right.
Put that stuff out. But man, why is she and she know that he's not gonna let her take the baby like that, and you see that the baby's in a car seat like that, so you know it's a very young kid at that. And I just find it very crazy that she's willing to put a little kid in danger over her emotional state. And you seen the other guy trying to intervene, like the driver?
Yeah, and whoever that was, I mean, I'm quite sure she knew him, you know what I'm saying? Because he wouldn't have got involved. He would have been part of the plan. You know what I'm saying? Right. So yeah, he jumped out, and like I said, they cut that, but those two yeah, they were over there for a minute, for about a good 30 to 40 seconds, tussling, while she's trying to get in the car and take off and leave the dude she came with.
Cold-blooded.
Whoa.
FJ89 official. What's the word with it? What's the word, man? Hopefully you subscribed and everything. But yeah, that really says a lot. Like, honestly, she just really care about what she wants. Don't care about who's involved and who's getting hurt, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, I can't even say all women operate like that, but those type of females, you normally label those as a bitch. You feel me? And a female that's like that, you can't really fuck with them. No matter how much you try to be cool and cordial with them, to be honest with you, like I said, if the shoe was on the other foot, she'll be so quick to send this nigga up the road. And just like how we was talking about that Chunky Barbie situation.
Right.
Easy baby Draco out the way, and then she's on to the next nigga. So the same thing with this chick right here, it look like that's what she's trying to do. You know, get him caught up in some bullshit. But it seemed like this whole situation backfired on her. So,
man,
it is what it is.
I mean, it's right there. And, you know, yo, I would love to, I might have to look at some details in this because I find cases like this interesting when it comes to the law. You know what I'm saying? And this looks right there in front of our eyes. This is very unlawful from the actions that she was doing. So how is that going to turn out? Man, I'm already knowing how this going to turn out, bro. Kidnapping is, yo, you are getting those numbers.
Hey, D-Love said something. Never leave your babies in the car and door unlocked. It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. She picked up on it, and that's real talk, man. Like, who? I guess he meant he was going to be in and out or whatever it is, but still, like, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't.
I never do that. And at a young age like that too. Like when I'm always thinking about, like, you know, it's hot out here where I'm at, so yeah, I'm always bringing. She's never going to be in the car, no matter what. Like I said, she was taken away from me before. And that's never gonna happen again. I promise, not myself, her too. You know what I'm saying? So when I get out the car today, and she like, can I get out? I'm looking at her like, of course you getting out. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? You think I'm gonna leave you sitting in here in the car? I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? I'm very protective. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, and for yo, I'm just looking at it like I I I can't see him doing anything wrong, even if he had to testify, because he's gonna have to testify, even if he didn't press the charges. The DA, like I said, is gonna pick that up. It's on video. You know what I mean? So that is a big time type of crime right there. They go pick it up, and he's gonna be subpoenaed. And when he's subpoenaed, man, yo, man, just because it came from family to criminal now, you have to participate in that. You have to.
Hey, it looked like one of those, as they call it, a slam dunk case, open and shut. Like very easy to distinguish what's going on, man. D
And
Love,
he's not snitching. I don't care what nobody say out there. Y'all can say what y'all want, but this is not considered snitching at all.
yeah. I think people need to really understand what the fuck snitching really is. And he's not doing anything with her to where he's turning on her. If anything, he's protecting himself, and that's one thing I guess people don't understand. D Love said, yep, meth head sounds accurate. That's a fat classic music shit. She'd be on it if it was him, for sure, for sure. It doesn't matter being with you or don't bring them at all. Yeah. Right, OG corn dog. She technically broke in his car. That's another charge. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Right. Breaking
You're
and entering.
somebody else's property. Yeah.
Breaking and entering. Yes.
That's how one little small situation will turn into 4-5 different charges.
Right.
And right. The river for a long time.
They stack that up. They stack it up.
I'm not gonna lie, it's not looking too good for her, bro.
No, it's not.
It's not at all.
Oh shit. Are back with the shenanigans. Now it's looking like NFL Cartel Bo that put himself in the kerfuffle, and he went on Instagram and he was asking his fans, should he make a statement pertaining to his baby mama and whoever dude was that pulled up trying to take his child. Now he was so
you don't have to
again that he had to ask Instagram, like, hey man, is this snitching? Now, to me, in my opinion, bro, when it come down to your children, bro, and the welfare and the well-being of your children,
let's
ain't no such thing as snitching. This ain't got nothing to do with
right.
shit.
There you go.
I know a lot of y'all waiting on me to make a statement. I just got a call from the district attorney's office, man. They asked me to come in, sit down, and give them a detailed statement of everything that happened. I hung up the phone and called my people. I told them I'm not going down there making no statements and shit like that. My family say if you don't go down there and make some statements to make sure your children safe, they ain't f***ing with me no more. But if I go down there and make a statement, I'm a rat. The reason they need me to make a statement is because they had to look into the paperwork as far as custody concerns to see if she categorized what happened. And due to the fact that she lost custody and I have full custody, it's kidnapping.
See? Family court.
I mean, fool, I don't know what to do for real, bro. They both went for assault. It's attempted kidnapping of a child. It'll be burglary.
They didn't get away with it.
Burglary of a motor vehicle, but I know it's burglary because she opened my door, and that's what they said.
Right. Like you just said.
I know trespassing, but they trying to get all the cases they want, and they need me to make a detailed description of everything that happened in order to put the video footage and line it up with the case they want to come at the people with. And I'm lost, gang. I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, just truth be told, the only reasons they even got their footage is because they was lying, saying I punched her in the stomach and all that type of shit. So I had to show them the footage to show I never put my hands on them. And that's what got her and him booked.
Ooh.
So she already putting 30s on a Honda, you feel me, by saying that he allegedly punched her. She already trying to put him in a trick bag by blaming everything on him. You feel me? So you telling me if the roles wasn't reversed that she wouldn't be trying to get hers and give a fuck about what's going on with him?
Man, she gonna go hard, bro. You know, women put the extras on it. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's cold, bro. Like that's some real selfish shit. Just to be thinking about yourself to where you don't care who you destroy on your path. Like it sounds like the typical scorned woman, you know, and she's out for vengeance, bro. And honestly, on some real shit, karma normally catch up to people that's like that. They be so busy trying to get at people and do these wicked things, and they end up backfiring, as we're seeing right now. So, you know, yeah, I don't think he's gonna have to say anything. If anything, he's gonna be forced to talk. You know, but
he doesn't have to because there's the video right there.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not his video, but he did say that he showed them the video of the altercation for a self-defense of himself, of him not putting hands on her. And that was enough to investigate, to go into the rest of the footage of the building and catch what really happened. You know what I mean? But they was going to do that anyway. You know what I mean? And it, like we just said, he doesn't even have to testify.
She fucked up,
the part, and he mentioned that he has to, show that he has full custody and all that, and the custody battle that's coming from the family court. Now he has to participate in that. You know what I'm saying? If he don't, he loses his child. He has to do that.
Yeah,
he has to.
Hey, D-Love say he don't have to say anything, in my opinion. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. She also said you got to live with you, your family don't. That's another thing. Like, family gonna feel whatever type of way that they feel about the shit, but you really are the one that's gonna have to live with this decision. If you snitch, you don't snitch, whatever the fuck it is, you're the one that's gonna have to live with it. So that's real. D-Love also said, keep it, let them use the video. That was a traumatic experience for him. That's why he can't think straight. Yeah, she, like I said, she put him in a little trick bag. D-Love also said, oh, absolutely, she would. Classic music. And she also said she not even thinking where the baby would end up if he got locked up. She can't have the baby. Damn.
Right.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yo,
emotions, straight emotions,
and not rationally thinking, and your plan is very much spontaneous because you're not looking at the whole outcome of the situation.
Facts.
Even if you got away with it, you're not gonna get away with it. That's what baffles me right there. That's what baffles me is that even if you got away with it, you still ain't gonna get away with it.
That part.
What was you thinking? Like that man said, irrational thoughts, meth head.
Or how about not thinking at all, bro? Like,
yeah, well, that meth can probably do it.
Hey, for real though.
Shit.
And she big tripping.
Police say he's an Uber driver. They don't understand the deepness and details of their relationship. I don't really give a fuck.
Oh!
I just don't know what to do. Do I go down here and give these people a statement? Or do I sit here and just, have some family members cut me off because I didn't want to go down here and what they quote unquote say do what's best for my child or my children? I'm just at loss, man. Shit a lot, bro. I can't do no rat shit though. I don't understand why they need me and they got the video footage anyway, but
Right.
I'm just lost right now, bro.
Phil Cartel Bo's baby mama stands adamant and firm that she didn't go to the police station. In fact, she went to the hospital because she had lumps and bruises. This is what she's saying. Now, y'all just heard NFL Cartel Bo say, man, his family was going to even cut him off if he don't sit up there, you understand me, and go down there to that office and let it be known what's going on. Bro, the thing is this. If the roles was reversed, she definitely not sparing you. You feel me? So I don't know what's going on with y'all toxicity in y'all relationship, bro, but let's get off into what his baby mama had to say. You know what I'm saying? Even though ho say is no say.
What the fuck she got to say?
Oh I just found something out that makes
the
me
fuck
so
is she in jail?
I can't even.
Is this her? No, I'm just fucking with you.
Posted a video, and the captioned it saying that Bo saved his children from kidnappers. Who's a kidnapper? So if y'all gonna post stories and repost stories, make sure that y'all have the valid one first and the real one. So how am I killing my son that he ran off with earlier that day when he was around me? So Father's Day, he cut the hell up. And by the way, the other person was an Uber driver. What the fuck does he have to do with any of this? Nothing. Anyways, though, so earlier that day, we established that after he cut the up on Father's Day, he kept blowing me up to come out to the club with him from fake numbers. And I was like, I'm not coming. Leaving me voice messages all night, all morning. I was like, no. 8 a.m. came and he wanted to co-parent, go eat and do something with the kids because he missed Father's Day. Okay, we can just talk about that and only that. We get in the car and of course he leans in to try to kiss me during the whole car ride. I don't even know where he's driving. And I keep asking him, so where are we going? What are you trying to do? We end up all the way by Bush Airport. He's like, oh, I already got a room over here. And I'm like, okay, why? Oh, because I got a flight to catch. No, really, it's that you were at this room getting your freak on last night after the club, which I don't give a fuck. I don't. So we get in the room or whatever, and I go jump in the shower. Prior to me jumping in the shower, he's trying to be all kissy, lovey-dovey. Come here. Get me to be hugged up with him. And I'm like, not trying to do all that. I'm not giving that affection. And he's seeing that. And he's looking at me like I'm fucking crazy. And I'm not. It's just that I really just wanted to keep it cool. And I asked you respectfully, let's be cool. I go get in the shower and I'm washing myself. He comes get in the shower and tries to have to me. And I'm like, no. Like the baby's screaming trying to press against, well, he's pressing against the shower glass and he's crying to get in the shower. And Bo's still trying to, get some. And I'm like, no. And it stunk like dirty ass coochie, like smelly ass cat. You know what sex and coochie smell like? Like, ugh.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I told him, wash your dick off too, like, before you try to stick that in me. And I said, the baby's crying, just let him in the shower. And he's still trying to, and I'm like, no, this isn't gonna work because he's crying. So I finished washing myself, washing my hair, and I get out the shower. After that, I tell him I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go downstairs and get something from the car. I go to grab something from the car, and he's calling me on the phone, like, where you at? And I'm like, I told you I was getting something from the truck. It's actually a black truck, the one that he picked us up in. I'm coming right back up. I'm in the lobby. He's like, you're not in the lobby. So I get up and I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm getting in the elevator now. So I get up in the hallway where the room is at. I'm knocking on the door and there's no answer. But I can hear the baby screaming and crying, our 4-month-old. And I can't get in the room because I don't have a room key with me either. And I'm like, why the fuck isn't he answering? And why is the baby screaming like that? So
Yo, let me kind of cut that. We gonna go back to this, but one thing she said, our 4-month-old, like I seen her recently on these interviews, damn near like probably like 3 months ago type shit. If anything, it could be 4 months. I wouldn't say 4 months ago. I'd say at least like 3 months ago, 2 months ago. I seen her doing her interview tour, talking all this shit. So if they recently just had a kid together, and then it sounded like the funny part about it, she's trying to act like she wasn't going, but they was in the fucking shower together and all this other. Come on, you know you gave up the coochie, like
smelling like,
smelling
like you know, what's that smell?
Hey, what's that J. Cole line talking about? You know, you got to multiply by 3. Yeah, if she's acting like she didn't do anything, you already know. Like, come on now. Like, we ain't stupid and shit. Like,
but she. Go ahead.
No, I'm about to say it's just like she's in her. Like I said, a lot of females either they try to be the hero or they try to be the victim of some shit, and she's really trying to be like she's been victimized and all this shit's going against her will type shit. Like, nah, man, I ain't buying this shit.
I mean, because she ain't really got to the goods of the story yet. You know what I'm saying? This is what, the night before or something?
It sounds like she, if I'm not mistaken, this could be the night of. She said that he was doing some other. The reason why he got the room is because he was doing something the night before.
Oh, that's why she pulled up, knew the location, all that shit. Yeah. Damn, but you know what? Why does he have 100% custody in the first place?
Ding, 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 ding. Like, that says a lot. Hey, and for a female to lose custody of the child, you damn near got to prove that she's Satan himself type shit. You feel me? So,
that right there makes him look very good when it comes to the court.
Yes.
Yeah. First.
D-Love says she most definitely about herself. Hey, for real though. Driver, wait, let me go up some more. Okay, absolutely. D-Love says she not even thinking. Okay, yeah. Right, OG Corn Dog. They don't need him. They just they don't need him. They just on Bully to lock in their cases. Right, OG Corn Dog. Driver is aiding and abetting. That's what got to do with. Oh shit! Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And right. you get involved in somebody's shit, man. You gonna end up doing some time.
Hey, he an Uber driver.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what she's saying that's what she's telling us. But once it comes down to it, when shit get real deep, it's gonna be on. Oh no, that's somebody else talking to some type of bullshit.
Yeah. Because I don't think no Uber driver jumping out like that.
Hell no.
Because you know he see her going to do this. He like, what the hell is she doing? If you an Uber driver, nigga, I'd have took off as soon as I seen something like that.
See you later. You think he's going to jeopardize the rest of his night dealing with the police or potentially get his car confiscated or whatever type of bullshit? The nigga's going to be thinking about himself first, and I don't think that was an actual Uber driver. Like that's
she gave him some of that.
Hey, D-Love said she making this up on the fly, in my opinion. Then she questioned 4 months old. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A 4-month-old, like yeah. Where's a 4-month crawl into the bathroom to press up against the glass?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, D-Love, she on that shit.
She is.
Hell yeah. She said, spot on, OG Corn Dog. We got Brian in the building. He said, what's up, little chitlins? Oh shit.
What?
What's the word, Brian? What's the word with you?
What up, Brian?
Yeah, man. Hey, let's get back to the story. I don't know, man. She tripping.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm calling his phone, no answer. I go run downstairs. to see if the truck is there, and the truck is not there. This nigga then went through the side door. He went through the side door and ran down some staircases and burnt off with our 1-year-old son and left his 4-month-old son, my 4-month-old son too, alone in the room by himself just to run off with our 1-year-old. He's doing this shit to hurt me, to control me. Mad because I don't want what he wants anymore. He's doing this shit to hurt me. The side door. He went through the side door and ran down some staircases and burnt off with our 1-year-old son and left his 4-month-old son, my 4-month-old son too, alone in the room by himself just to run off with our 1-year-old. He's doing this shit to hurt me, to control me. Mad because I don't want what he wants anymore. I don't want to live in misery. And if anybody's ever been in this situation like me, man or woman, because it can happen to both of us, then y'all know what the fuck is really going on. And anyone with common sense that doesn't even have to have children can see what the fuck is going on. You're not getting your way, and you know the way to hurt me is through my kids. So you go so low to leave our 4-month-old unattended by himself. Right. Okay. Because that's the way to do things, huh? That I couldn't even get in the room because hotel policy, y'all know what that is. When your name is in a room, it's in Warren Brown's name, the room. So it's hotel policy that they cannot let me into a room or up to a room that's not mine, because I don't have any consent to get into it. So the hotel staff had to go and open the door, get our 4-month-old son out the room for me, and bring him downstairs for me. And then that's when I called the police, made the police report on what he did. Yeah, this is more serious than everybody thinks it is. So to be posting things and be a blogger, make sure it's facts, because people get sued for shit like that too. Know what's really going on. And we're both messed up there as much as y'all can say, oh, well, you popped up there to get my son that he took from me, that I already have that same day, that I've been asking him to give me my son, because I know what the fuck you're doing.
If you got hit, even if you were not driving, you need to try this.
Yeah, man.
He sends me a long paragraph. Yeah, this is karma. And you fuck all these niggas and da-da-da-da. Bro, get over yourself. Get over yourself. Get over it. I don't give a fuck what you think is true or not anymore at this point. And for the naysayers talking about, well, he'd be in jail. Why is he in jail? Don't worry about it. When the DA picks the case up and they go pick his ass up like they have every other time, and I let him make it, I'm not going to let him make it. I have press charges. They do have pictures and everything of all my bruises on my back from when he was punching on me, when y'all can hear the part where I'm screaming, I'm pregnant. And that's because he was beating me up. And I was huddled up into a ball because I balled myself up, because you ain't going to keep hitting me in my fucking stomach, bitch. Get off me. And I was screaming that I'm pregnant. Get the fuck off me. And Fred on them, all the niggas in his studio, they came outside and they just stood there and also listened to him to snatch my baby back so that he can burn off with him again.
Say at this point, these two have been beefing back and forth on the internet for every bit of 2 years now. It's like a year and a half. We're going to be approximate. Cartel Bo, at this point, man, you can stay away from her, bro. No, you know what I'm saying? Because she's going to try to pull one of them put you in a trick bag and get you to the jail. Yep. And all you are trying to do is have your son, right? Because according to what she said, she's saying that you peeled out on a hotel with one baby and left the other baby. That ain't bull. But I don't believe her, though. That's Jose. I just can't help but not to believe her. But at the same time, I do feel like you got that tenderness. I mean, I feel like you tender. I just feel that way, man. You got to get rid of that tenderness, man. Bro. For real, man. Stand on this pen, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Because she's...
Ain't gonna lie, man. Clef World is speaking facts with that. It sounds like a bunch of lies. If I'm not mistaken, from the stuff that I seen a little bit earlier, I think they ended up picking her up, bro. So she gonna have to like fuck trying to convince us. She gonna have to convince the DA because you know what I'm saying? It seems like she done got caught up for all this bullshit. Now Brian
Man.
said Brian said, me, I was chasing girls at 6 months. I was a head start. Like, yeah, man, 6 months. That's the thing. Splashy's in the building. What's up with you, Splashy?
What up,
That's the
Splashy?
thing though. She's saying, if I'm not mistaken, what is the 1-year-old that was doing the walking, or did this 4 or 6 month year old?
It had to be the 1-year-old.
Yeah.
So because she was only stating that her 4-month-old is our child. She said our, but it's our child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the whole, like I said, the whole time she's saying all this, I'm like, what is the reason why he has 100% custody of the child? That's what I'm like. What's the reason? So you have custody of your other child, but you don't have not partial custody of you and Cartel Bo's child? Like, what happened there? Something that's bad. That's bad. I know that. I've been through that court system, so that's bad. And it's surprising that she still has her 1-year-old.
So the question is, like, what you think she got the baby by two different guys or by the same person?
Oh yeah, definitely two different guys. Yeah,
Okay,
because
so
she specifically said this is our child, the 4-month-old. She never said
hey,
anything about the 1-year-old.
I'm not gonna lie. Even if it was a situation where it's like, you know what, you can have full custody of the kid, that still looks bad on your part. You know, because
Right.
you'd be like, why
Yo.
you wouldn't want to be in your kid's life at all?
And she's a woman at that. I know what that means. That means you still out there. You out there in them streets. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what that means. And you want to continue on doing that with no troubles and no worries.
Yeah, man. Hey, honestly, even though I think the DA is gonna do more of the work compared to Cartel Bo, you in your late 30s, bruh. Like, who gives a fuck about what the streets say as far as snitching and not snitching when it comes to your kids?
There we
Like,
go.
like who care about that shit? Because that's what I'm saying. Like, the internet got the internet allows any and everybody to get on there. So you can't give a fuck about what people are saying on the internet, bro. Like, that's just what they're gonna do. They always gonna talk. No matter what you do, they're gonna talk. No matter how clean cut, narrow you rock the shit, they're gonna find some type of excuse to not like you. So it is what it is, and you need to do the best thing that's for your kids
Hey,
and your
right.
family.
And on that point right there, it's like me thinking right here, like he's gonna do what he has to do. He's gonna do it. He has to do it. That's my whole point. You know what I'm saying? Okay, the DA, they got the footage. They don't need them. But they would like to lock this totally in with a witness testimony. You know
Hell
what I'm
yeah. Hey,
saying?
hey, D-Love said his feedback, bro.
Oh, my bad. You got me?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like, they want to lock it in with the witness testimony. They want someone saying it so it could be written throughout the what the hell that shit called? What should be over there typing on the side?
The stenographer.
Yes, they want that written through there. You know what I'm saying? They want that on paper through testimony in court. They want that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and they don't need it They definitely don't need it. And just think about it now. Yo, man, I'm sure they picked her up, right? Because you can't let nobody go for no reason like that.
Hell no. Hell
You know
no.
what I'm saying? And this video she recorded, just when did she record this? Did she record this right after it happened and no police was she wasn't there at the scene and she recorded right after it happened? You know what I'm
I'm not gonna
saying?
lie.
Because I'm
Could
sure
be right
they
after.
had to come pick her up, bro.
Yeah. And that's another thing, bro. Like a potential kidnapping situation, you can post bail from that, right? If you
Attempted kidnapping.
yeah,
Um,
if you
hmm.
had a dispute with a spouse and all this other stuff, you would get locked up, but then you can kind of bond out or whatever it is. It's not like
I
you
guess
just got a
because
body.
it's attempted. I guess you could because it was attempted. I guess I'm not sure because whenever I think about kidnapping, I'm always thinking federal.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Period. Not thinking about no state shit. I'm thinking about federal because that's what that ties to. You feel me?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I know they don't play with them kid stuff, and
yeah,
like I'm trying to figure out like how that the whole proceedings go because if he showed footage of she's saying I did X, Y, and Z, and you denounce that with the footage, they're gonna automatically be on her ass about that. So yeah, when did she record that? Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. Like, is she locked up
and
now or what?
and, and not only that, she jeopardized her 1 year old's life now. You know what I'm saying? Who's about to come pick up the pieces in her family on that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because that's what it comes to. Now you done lost both of your kids and you're in jail. Going through this court trial because of this irrational decision. You said, like, it doesn't make any sense for people to do things like this.
hey,
It
it's
don't.
like something like we talked about before. Just lead them with your emotions, bro.
Because like I was saying, like even if, like I said, if you got away with it, you still ain't gonna get away with it. You feel me? But you thought this is gonna be some type of temporary thing? Nah.
You didn't
Uh-uh.
fully think that one out, bro, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. Let me see it, man. The comments been going crazy real quick. Hold on. We got uh, 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 Splashy said interesting. D-Love says she's the other parent. If you don't trust him with your babies, why leave him with your babies? Yeah.
Right.
Uh Lordy Brian. D-Love says straight up stay away from her. I agree. Brian said, no offense, but do most black women always have to have drama with men and her kids? Honestly, I'm not even gonna say like just most black women, just it's a certain type of female. Like when you get a female that
Right.
really is just move in her emotions all the time and she's very emotional, that's when you get the illogical the illogical shit happening. um
Yeah.
LeVar Ball,
Hmm.
his wife just left. She was
Yeah.
sick, had a stroke, heart attack, all this
Mm-hmm.
crazy shit.
It
After all
stuck
that
with her.
shit, this dude losing his leg, getting it amputated, and now she's all to dealing with somebody else. Now, to be fair and to be honest, we don't know what LeVar Ball do behind the scenes, but it seemed like he's been a stand-up family man for his kids and for
Sound
his
like it.
wife.
It sure
Yeah,
do.
yeah. So it show you, and that's a white lady. So it just depends on a particular type of female. If she's not loyal, if she don't have your back, it don't matter what race. If she got that westernized civilization type of mindset, then you're gonna end up running across the same type of scenario that Cartel Bo is dealing with. Now, can you say like some of the black chicks act ratchet or whatever it is, yeah, you probably can say that. But hey, there's ratchet in all races, bro. So it's just the particular level of the ratchetness that be going on.
Right.
And the crazy part about it is, it's like, the only thing I can say, it seems like we are basically the main people that put our shit on social media to where other people can look at it and stuff. But in this particular situation, I think it's kind of different to where I don't think he necessarily leaked the. Well, he probably did leak this footage, huh? How did this videotape evidence come out?
This is look like you can see that it came from the angle of the building.
So the cops or the people that own the building put this on the internet.
Well, I don't know about that. Well, that my bad. Yeah. So somebody who I guess one of the building owners probably put either the building owner put it out or the cops put it out. Because you could tell the way the angle was that, the top view, you know what I'm saying? Or I don't it doesn't look like a ring camera because, you when those are apartment buildings, I guess you was pulling up in or a hotel, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you would get that angle of like the porch and all that. That's from the outside of the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? Those are parking lot cameras.
I ain't gonna lie, either that was him or the people that own that building, because they saw all the commotion that was going on online. You feel me?
Yeah, but how could he put that out if he only had the footage?
All right, you got it. You got it. You got it. It got to be either the people.
Now, wait. He did say he showed the cops that in self-defense of himself that, yo, this is the footage I have on my phone. I didn't put no hands on her because she over there claiming she got knots on her and all this, went to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? So, he's showing them that footage. So when they seen that footage, they're like, hey, we got to investigate more into this. And they go talk to the property owners and, we need to see the footage. So when you think about it, sound like the cops leaked it.
I was about to say either the building people or the cops, because
right
from that's from that place, and like you said, he had to show them what's up with everything. So, hey, to be honest with you, when he said he had to show the cops, he talking about the footage that came from them.
No, from what he's recording on his phone, he said he's showing what he had on his phone.
Huh? Okay.
He was like, I'm showing you that I never put any hands on her. Just you can see the footage right there. I'm recording everything. And then, from that start, they was like, okay, well, we got to call the guy that owns this building because we need to see those cameras that's right there looking at us right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So it's either the cops or the property owner.
Hey, chat, what y'all think about it, man? Who y'all think
for real
this footage, man? Splashy said, I miss you, corn doggy.
There you go.
Hey, D-Love said, yep, that's what I'm saying, OG corn dog. They want that written witness. Splashy said, corn dog speaking facts. Brian said, I was about to say the pornographer, not the stenographer. D-Love, why, Brian? You off that sugar tonight? Yeah, for sure. Mike is doing some emotes. Brian said, we'll be seeing them either on Judge Mathis or maternity court. Nah, this is gonna be on some serious shit, man.
Yeah.
Every night, baby.
Court.
Fact. D-Love, Brian, answer to your question above is we don't. Oh shit. Oh, they talking about about grace. Oh Lord, have mercy. We got Jalen in the building. Yeah, man. What the fuck? Yeah, they talking about some other stuff. But yeah, I don't know. That's crazy, man. This whole situation, big Splashy calling you big keys again. Brian said OG sounds like what happened to Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Major's situation was low-key kind of different. In the crazy part about it, I thought Jonathan Majors would get off on that, but then they were saying like, yeah, well, you know, you kind of instigated some shit or whatever, but it seemed like he was trying to run away from her. But yeah, I don't know, that's a whole other story, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy though. Yeah, we didn't hit our time, but yeah, let's get some final statements and then we get up out of here, bro.
All right, yeah. Some final
basically,
statements.
what's your whole thoughts about this whole situation, Brody?
Well, like I said in the beginning, sound like some baby mama drama. You know what I'm saying? It does sound like one half was definitely thinking irrational about the outcome, the full outcome of the situation. You sound like you did this spontaneously by just going to do what you want to do, whatever. With you knowing that you do not have custody of that child at all. That looks very bad for you. You look very bad on video doing what you did. And the guy that was the Uber driver, supposedly, I feel sorry for you, man. If you're really an Uber driver, dude, you went out there, you want to put your cape on, be like, thump, 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 Captain Save a Hole. No, nigga, stop. Mind your business. If I was the Uber driver, I'd have drove the fuck off on her ass. I ain't gonna even lie. But yo, she done made a bad decision by doing this. Like I said, he has 100% custody. It doesn't even matter. I don't know how those laws apply in those different states, but over here, you know, you do things like that on camera, the DA is gonna pick it up, especially if it becomes popular on social media. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what? We don't know nothing about this. Yo, let's go. Hey, what? Yo, go get this guy. You know what I'm saying? We need to talk to him now. Hey, you know, who knows? You know, because evidently the police did come. You know what I'm saying? Because he had to speak to him about what he had on his phone in self-defense of him not putting his hands on her. You know what I'm saying? So we're not saying he called, but whoever's in the vicinity or heard any type of uh, 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 commotion going on, you know what I'm saying, is probably going to call the police. Oh, there's someone outside and they're yelling and they're fighting. And, you know, the cops are coming. You know, she takes off, leaves the scene, thought she got away with something. He's still there, probably in distress. You know what I'm saying? Probably putting his baby back in the seat, and then the cops roll up. You know what I mean? So now he put in the trick bag. Like you said, they calling him up. Hey, we're going to need for you to come down. And, man, let me tell you this, man. It's not snitching when it comes to yours. Your child, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, this done structured off into the criminals court from the family court. And you have to participate in that in order to keep custody of your child because this is coming from the family court. Now I went to criminal, but you have to participate in that. And that's not snitching, bro. When it comes to your kids, and you didn't tell on nobody you robbed a bank with or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, somebody in the hood you doing work with or something like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't told on them. That's not snitching. You ain't snitching on anybody in the neighborhood. That's not snitching. This is not snitching, bro. Do your thing, man. You know what I'm saying? It just so happens, you know, possibly both you guys thought it was just going to go away. Nothing was going to happen. But yo, like I said, the DA probably picked up on it, and now you put in that bag, like you said, you're in a trick bag. But this ain't snitching, man. The video you made, you all confused and all that. Man, don't be confused about nothing. Because if you'd have did the opposite of what you said on that video, like, and I'm gonna do this for my child, blah blah blah, everybody gonna stand for you, bro.
Hey, that's real talk. Hey, Brian said, yes, there's two black people arguing, 911 operator. Wilson SWAT. Just for two black people arguing. But no, that's well said, bro. Like, to be honest with you, it sounds like some dick and pussy situation. She's very highly emotional, not fully thinking this through because now, you're going to potentially be losing custody of the one child that you do have custody of. And you already don't have custody of this other kid, to where they're going to put that whatever defense that they have, they're going to add that in there. You know, they're going to say, hey, well, you know, they have no custody of this child whatsoever. So what are you doing trying to take custody of this kid without even permission? Like, you already, we already got a case against you to where you don't have the custody of the kid. So it's a lose-lose situation for her. And it's all bad. And no, you're not snitching. You getting the custody of your kids. You're doing what's right for your kids. And it seems like whenever you're doing pretty good, like, you got motherfuckers that's always going to try to disrupt your peace. So it is what it is. The devil's always going to be working, and you got to rise above that shit. So, hey, you can lie and tell whatever story that you want to tell, but it seems like the evidence says otherwise, for sure. And yeah, this was a dope live stream. Y'all check us out every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, same time, 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And shit, man, on that note, we out. Peace.
Yo, you now rocking with classic music. Now what I want you to do is hit that like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Yeah, let's get it.